Yes guys, welcome back to the channel. Today, as you can see, we are currently in a hotel room, currently in Munich. We've been in Austria, we've been in Stuttgart, and now we're back in Munich. I'm flying back to Edinburgh tomorrow. So yes, I've decided to make it now. Today I'm doing my SPFL championship predictions because I put a community poll out to pretty much tell you guys if you want me to do Championship and League One. I won't be doing League Two because obviously the clubs I don't know much about. League One, obviously Cove and a bunch of other big clubs are in it. And I'm doing Championship as well. I'm also doing SPFL predictions in the next coming weeks, so stay tuned on the channel for that. But without further ado, let's get straight into it. Starting in 10th, and I've gone for Queen's Park. They're just not good, aren't they? They marginally scraped survival on the last day against Inverness, and I don't think Queen's Park have got the squad. They have what's his name, Payton, the striker, the Irish striker, is very, very good. Their best player by a country mile, but I do think Queen's Park will struggle this season. And I just don't think they'll have a good. One. Let's be honest. And I think most people are predicting them to finish in 10th. So yeah, Queen's Park, not a good season for you. Relegation. Now this might come a bit controversial. Chris Morton TV. If you're watching this video, click off right now. I've gone for Greenock Morton to finish in 9th. I don't really know, to be honest. This league is so hard to predict. You don't know how hard it is to predict this league. Pretty much all the teams are the exact same strength. They're pretty much all good. Morton, I don't know why I put them in a 9th, to be honest. I don't think they've got a strong enough team. I think they need to make more signings. Of course, they already have made a lot of signings. They signed the player for Inverness. They signed the Area United striker, which is pretty good. But I just don't know. Every season, Morton are just off and on. But I just don't think they'll have a good season. I think they'll finish in a relegation playoff spot. 8th, and I've gone for Dunfermline. Now, they actually did pretty well this season. They were down in the dumps almost at the start of the season. But then they managed to claw back. I think it was 6th they ended. Correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. I think they finished in 6th, just below a playoff spot. So I think they had an alright season. Getting the main signing from St Johnstone, Main, the Baldy boy. That's what I call him, the Baldy boy. Signing for them on a permanent deal. So I think he's a very good player. But I just don't think the Vermont will have a good season, to be honest. I think they'll just struggle. I think they also have to make more signings. But in my opinion, I just can't see Dunfermline doing very well, to be honest. And obviously 8th is survival, but they probably would want to do better than 8th. Area United is going in 7th, Scott Brown's boys, and I think they'll be happy with 7th. I think they just survived from relegation last season, even though they were pretty much level on points with mid-table, which is mental how crazy last season was in the Championship. But Area United, obviously they've got the new stand, they've got the North stand now. They've just opened it. They played a friendly against Celtic, 1-1 draw. Not too bad, but obviously it's a friendly. But to be fair, it's against one of the best teams in the country, so I'll give them credits for that. Area United, I think Scott Brown has really rebuilt them. I think he's really got the mood going back in the camp, because before that, obviously they got their manager sacked. I think they were 9th before Scott Brown came. Scott Brown came obviously and fixed them and managed to get them to survive from relegation. So fair play to Scott Brown. And I think Area United will have an okay season. Again, 7th isn't too bad for them, around where they finished last season. But again, they probably want to be pushing for promotion, maybe pushing for playoffs probably. But yeah, I think Area United, reasonable 7th position. Now, Falkirk, currently still undefeated for a whole season, invincibles. So fair play to Falkirk. They absolutely battered League One last year, and it wasn't even a competition. I think the league was wrapped up in 3 weeks before it was over, so blooming mental that was. Falkirk, people are saying they could honestly go fight for promotion because they have a really strong team, and I mean a really strong team. They have, I think, Ian McCall. Is that his name? Oh, not Ian McCall. Forgot the Falkirk's manager name. Is it John Oh, not John McGinn. What am I on about? Yeah, something to do with that. He's really got the team going. Again, he's a very experienced manager. That's all I know. He's a very experienced manager, and he's got them to start fighting. Let's just say, in this season, they've been unbelievable, absolutely unbelievable. Again, I remember them battering Montrose 7-1, which was outrageous, considering there was only like 3 places in between the teams. So I think Falkirk's could be underdogs, dark horses in this league in this season. And I think Falkirk could really fight for promotion. I think they could get playoffs, I think they're a very strong team with a lot of very strong players. Callum Morrison, one of them being... I thought he would go to a SPFL top tier club, but I don't think he's left yet. Not that I've heard. So yeah, I think Falkirk will do very well this season, and most people will say that. So yeah, 6th position for the Bairns. Mid-table, 5th, and I've gone for a bit of a controversial one. I've gone for Wraith Rovers. Now, obviously, they finished well beyond expectations last season, getting into a playoff spot by a tiny margin, losing out automatic promotion to Dundee United with about a week left. Obviously got battered by Ross County in the playoffs, which was unfortunate for them, but I thought Ross County deserved the win. I think most teams in the Championship do not maintain the most small... Let me try to rephrase this. Most small Championship teams, if they do well one season, they don't do well the other season, and that's what I think Wraith Rovers will have, even though they have brought in a few very good signings, experienced signings. Lewis Stevenson and Paul Hanlon from Hibernian, very good signings. Fair play to them. They've renewed the contract of Dylan Easton, very good player, and I think Wraith Rovers, I think they'll get... Will they get playoffs? I think they'll get playoffs, but I just don't think they'll maintain the form they had last season, and that's what I think will happen. I think 5th for them, mid-table, but I think they could get into the playoff spot. Now, this is outrageous. This is an outrageous prediction for me. I've just gone bold here. Hamilton Academical won the playoffs into the Championship for this season. I don't know what it is. I just think they'll do really good. I don't know what it is. I think they'll do outstanding this season, Hamilton. Some of the players they've signed Ollie Shaw. I think it's Ollie Shaw. They've brought Charlie Mulgrew into their coaching staff. Very good, experienced, played in the Champions League, which is very, very good for Hamilton. I think he's very experienced, will do them the job. And Hamilton have obviously got who's that player? They've got that striker. I forgot his name. I'm honestly forgetting names at this point. They've got the very good striker. Forgot his name, but they've got a very good striker with Ollie Shaw. Brilliant signing, by the way. And I think Hamilton, I just don't know what it is. I think they'll do very well. Very, very, very well. Hamilton, it's a bold prediction, but I think you'll finish in 4th. Top 3, and I've gone for Airdrieonians. Last season, by the way, it was their first season in the Championship, and they did outstanding. They finished, 5th or 4th, and they did brilliantly, considering it was their first season in the Championship after winning the playoffs to Hamilton, which they'll be facing again. Hamilton want to get revenge on them. They won the SPFL Trust Trophy against the New Saints at the Falkirk Stadium. What a win that was, winning silverware. Unbelievable for them. Reese McCabe has got them going on fire. And I think Ergionians, underdogs, I think they could win it all as well. Ergionians are a very strong team with very strong players. I think Airdrie could do very well this season. Third for me. Let's get down to the top two. Second, and I've gone for Partick Thistle. Boing, boing, Partick Thistle, boing, boing. I've gone for Partick Thistle. Now, don't get me wrong, they've bottled it every single year, which is a shame for them. I was at the Wraith Rovers game in the playoff semi-final, and they bottled it on penalties. Partick Thistle, you need to do better. But I don't know what it is. I think they'll get to the playoff final, but it depends who they're playing. I think they could do it. It depends who they're playing, obviously, from the SPFL. I have a feeling if they're playing Ross County again in the playoffs, I think they'll do it. I honestly think they'll do it if they get Ross County in the playoff final. I think they'll get promoted. But second for me, I think they'll just miss out on it. I think they'll have a very good season, very good players. But I just think they'll miss out. I think they'll have, again, they're a very strong team. Brian Graham up front, one of the best players probably the best player in the league. I think he'll do very well for them. But I don't know what it is. I think Partick Thistle will just miss out. Maybe on the final day, which will be very harsh considering they've missed out on promotion over the last probably decade maybe. Obviously, even though they have been in the SPFL a few years ago, they've always, last 4 or 5 years, they've always bottled promotion in the playoffs. So I think they could do it, but I think they'll finish in second. And first place, maybe a bit controversial, but I've gone for Livingston. And obviously got relegated from the SPFL. They had a very, very tough season. Tough and rough, that's all I'm going to say. I think they'll go up automatically. I think they'll finish first. I think it'll be tight. Don't get me wrong, it'll be very, very tight. But I think the players they've signed is brilliant. From David Martindale, he's still there. And that means that Livingston, the board, the chairman, the owner have trust in him. And I think he'll do very well. I still think he's an okay manager. Even though he's done absolutely horrible last season. He was honking last season. He was stinking up the gaff in the SPFL last season. But I don't know what it is. I think Livingston will do it. I think I just think because of the signings they've made, they will do it. Fair play, Livingston. I think you're going to be the champions of the SPFL Championship this season. Thank you guys for watching this video. Please do like and subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you'll be notified every single time I upload a video. More videos like this will be coming up soon. I will be going back to Scotland. I've got a vlog out on Saturday. Bit of a spoiler alert. It's top of Scotland. I won't be going to Queen of the South Aberdeen because that's at the bottom of Scotland and that's probably about 4 hours for me. So yes, unfortunately, if you wanted a vlog for that, you're not getting it. But thank you guys for watching this video. Please do like and subscribe and I'll see you in the next one. Boom.